Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 22nd of April, around this time, we were live from Pahalgam and the first pictures had come in. Just unraveling the extent of Pakistan's attack on Indians. 22 at last count, 22 Indians were murdered in Pahalgam. That was in April 2025. Less than 5 months on, when Operation Sindoor is on, are we ready to normalize ties with Pakistan? Why are we then playing Pakistan in the first place? That's our question. We here at Republic are very clear that we will boycott Pakistan and the game between India and Pakistan. We have breaking news coming in from Dubai. Here are the headlines this evening. India versus Pakistan. It's cricket's fiercest rivalry. But this time, the spotlight will not be on the sport. It's on the conscience of the nation. BCCI should wake up. There's anger across India. Mother of OpenAI whistleblower Suchit Balaji, who was murdered in his apartment, speaks out, reacts to what Sam Altman said in an interview while pushing the suicide theory. She's questioning him on the show tonight. And that's the takeoff without wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine you were shooting a video just as your flight was taking off and you saw the wheel come off. How would you react? It's all happening and it's also on video. SpiceJet hauled up. We'll have to submit a report before the end of day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not worried about India and Pakistan game. We are not going to cover it as a network. They like to call it cricket's fiercest rivalry. There are some networks who are pushing it, saying it's not just a game. But this time, the country's spotlight will not be on cricket. It will be on the conscience of not just our nation, but the BCCI, the people who control the money. In Pahalgam, 26 lives were lost. And Operation Sindoor, where our soldiers laid down their lives. And that operation continues as we speak. And in the middle of that, Team India is set to share the field with Pakistan in Dubai. Is this a celebration of cricket? What exactly are we celebrating? What exactly are we doing when we shake hands with the Pakistanis? And the same Pakistanis, by the way, who insulted, humiliated, not just our martyrs, our army, but the entire country. They continue to abuse India and Indians. Tonight, as we broadcast, tickets remain unsold for this game. Even IPL franchisees are shying away from naming the opponent, but nobody seems to have the courage to simply tell the BCCI to boycott the Pakistan game. Here's the story so far, and we have some breaking news coming in from Dubai.
It's been almost 150 days since the dastardly terror attack in Pahalgam by Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. India taught the enemy a lesson it will never forget. But for those who put cricket above national interest, the cries of those who lost their loved ones has fallen to deaf ears. For BCCI, it is business as usual. That is, cricket with Pakistan. Republic confronted the BCCI previously, but outside their closed-door meetings, they have no answers. Completely ignorant to the national sentiment, some are all for cricket and not nation first.
Next one coming and taking up. You remember that Waka test? We were playing with C team, but still we beat them up in Waka, which was not possible to think a few years back. But that we should be proud of the fact that we have this talented pool of players who are ready to give in their best.
So right now we can make a playing 11 of the players who are benched right now.
For sure, yeah. Because we have to take care of many countries. In case we are not able to send our A team, maybe we can send our B team. Thank you.
The BCCI has for long made a fortune by commodifying Indian nationalism through its sporting leagues and matches. But can commercial interests really trump national interest? Can those backing cricket with Pakistan turn blind to the sorrow of 26 families? And if terror and diplomacy do not go together?
भारत का मत एकदम स्पष्ट है। टेरर और टॉक एक साथ नहीं हो सकते। टेरर और ट्रेड एक साथ नहीं चल सकते और पानी और खून भी एक साथ नहीं बह सकता।
There is only one stand that India must unitedly echo. Nation first, no compromise.
And we're getting in some breaking news updates on the show. I'll quickly take two breaking news updates and go across to Meghana Girish joining us on the show tonight. First breaking news update coming in from Dubai. India versus Pakistan match tickets continue to remain unsold. In fact, it's such a desperate situation for these people who needed a reality check. They've slashed the prices and yet the tickets have gone unsold. In fact, some of them said usually when the window opens up, tickets are taken in about 2 hours for an India versus Pakistan game in Dubai. But this time it's been 10 days and the tickets are unsold. That's perhaps because there are in Dubai maybe some Indians with a conscience as we speak. Nobody wants to go there. Only the BCCI seems to be in a mood to send its players to Dubai to play Pakistan. But Indians in Dubai not in the mood to watch the game. Let's get to the second breaking news update coming in. In fact, they're in such a shock right now. That's the second breaking news update coming in. The Emirates Cricket Board has issued a statement. And that's my second breaking news update now on the show. There's a statement coming in from the Emirates Board which says they are surprised that flow of sales for India versus Pakistan is low till the time we sold out with lower stands only, but the upper and top tier stands sale is still on. In fact, they say that in the Champions Trophy, same game, they had a sale 2 times in a single day. 2 windows were opened up and they were sold in less than 4 minutes. They say 4 minutes, sorry, I stand corrected, not 2 hours. The last time it was in 4 minutes, but this time in 10 days, those tickets are unsold. Let me go across to Meghana Girish. Meghana Girish is the mother of martyr Major Akshay Girish. And she's very angry, and so are we, ma'am. You just heard what the Prime Minister said there, right? No trade with terror, no talks with terror. Why should we play cricket with terror?
Absolutely, Niranjan. If terror and talks can't go together, if blood and water can't flow together, how can our cricketers go and play cricket with a nation whose cricketers themselves very proudly, make anti-India statements? If cricket was a game of the gentlemen once upon a time, it no longer is. It's not even played in sportsman spirit. It's played as if there's a fight going on, at least on behalf of the Pakistani players. We've heard Shahid Afridi earlier. We've heard Shoaib Malik. I saw a horrible image shared by some Pakistani cricketer which showed a Pakistani soldier or officer, whoever, trying to put Sindoor on a Hindu Indian woman after when Operation Sindoor was still on? What were they trying to say? And if we as patriots and as proud Indians still think that we should send our team to play a game of cricket with a country like Pakistan, whose cricketers also stand with terrorists, with their army and their government, which literally harbors, sponsors, trains, and sends terrorists across into our country, then I wouldn't know what to say. But I am so thankful after hearing this news that tickets remain unsold. As a patriot and the mother of a soldier, I thank all these people who are boycotting Asia Cup and the India-Pakistan match in particular. I thank you very much, and I hope that you will continue to boycott. I hope those stands will remain empty, those tickets will remain unsold. It's high time we send a clear message. Country first. Cricket or no cricket, only our country matters.
Ma'am, I wanted to, first of all, thank you for taking such a strong stand. And secondly, I want to also, I have a question. I mean, it's on top of my mind. If Indians in Dubai are refusing to buy the ticket, right? This game will be played in an empty stadium, right? What is stopping us as a country from just saying, no, we will not play Pakistan? Do you have a message for the BCCI, Meghana Girishji?
I do. Shame on the BCCI. By now, they should have read the emotions, the genuine, feeling. It's not even 6 months since Pahalgam massacre, the way our innocents were killed, and it's not even 4 months since Operation Sindoor, and which is still paused. And shame on them for not having taken the decision of cancelling it on their own.
I'll leave it at that, ma'am. I hope that they hear you out. They still have about 48 hours if they have a conscience to take a call. Not sure whether that call will be taken.
Niranjan, I don't know whether it matters or doesn't matter. I have a lot of people responding on my boycott tweet saying, how does it matter? You don't matter. Others are going to anyway watch the match. And, just people like you are just one person saying. So I don't care whether I matter, or I believe in the power of one. I will never again watch India playing cricket anywhere if this match continues.
Ma'am, we are with you. In fact, I want to tell you that Arnab also, our editor-in-chief, announced last night that we as a network are boycotting any coverage of this game at all. Not on TV, not on the digital medium, nowhere across our network. We will even put a line on this game. We don't want to do that. Thank you for joining me on the show this evening. Meghana Girishji, thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to the big story tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we had a big exclusive this morning. OpenAI Sam Altman has given his take. In fact, he was asked some uncomfortable question on OpenAI whistleblower Suchir Balaji's death, and his reasoning defies logic, according to Suchir Balaji's mother. There were signs of a struggle in Balaji's apartment, blood all over the apartment, food left on the table, signs of struggle, a brutal crime scene. Now, on Twitter, now X, Elon Musk has pointed out that this death seems to be a clear case, an open and shut case of murder and not a suicide, as Sam Altman kept stressing again and again in that interview. In fact, Sam Altman said he was convinced that it was suicide. At one point, he even says that before committing suicide, someone like Suchir Balaji would order their favorite food. In fact, Sam Altman's logic has compelled him to declare Suchir's case as a suicide. But in his interview, there were several contradictions. It was about 7 minutes when he sat there taking uncomfortable questions and tying himself up in knots. And I asked the mother of Suchir Balaji, Purnima Ramarao, on what she felt about Sam Altman's responses. Here's what she said to Republic today on what Sam Altman, the OpenAI founder, had to say on this case being that a suicide. Sam Altman of OpenAI did an interview, and for the first time he was confronted on some very, very uncomfortable facts, and Suchir Balaji's mother, Purnima Ramarao is breaking her silence on Republic TV for the first time. Did you watch that interview, Purnima ji, of Sam Altman?
Yes, I watched the part that belongs to my son's story.
Okay.
Full of lies, full of lies. And like if you watch that, his body language and how he's fidgeting and like he doesn't look straight when people ask him the question. He looks down. Whenever the Suchi question comes, he looks down and talks. And for every question that Tucker has, he pushes back on him. Instead of answering it, he's evasive. And also, what he's doing is he's gaslighting Tucker. He just tells in very sweet tone, family needs respect, family needs space. And he's trying to win our trust and break our trust on Tucker. That's not the only thing. You know what? There are full of lies. Most interesting point is, he says there were multiple investigations. There were 2 police reports. You know why? We've only seen 1 police report.
Correct.
That tells us there were first report, he saw that and he changed it. So this is the second report. He's the only one who's seen 2 reports. And why does he say there were many investigations? Only 1 investigation was going on. The results were out in February. That's because, I'll tell you what happened. December 29th, our attorney called Deputy Police Inspector. And December 29th, I got a call, Purnima, this is a murder. The next day, he calls and says, oh, this is suicide.
One second. Who told you it's murder?
Our attorney.
Okay. Secondly,
He
says
heard
no, it's
from the
suicide.
police.
Got it. Okay.
Police told him. Next day, police told him it's a suicide.
Okay.
So
There's only 1 report. You're saying you have seen only 1 report. But he has seen 2 reports.
Yes. We have seen only 1 report. And he's saying there are 2 reports. So he revealed the truth himself that there was 1 report and that report was altered and then the second report is released. We don't need to say. He told us in his own words, right? What more?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we had to cut out of that interview because there is a breaking news update coming in from Nepal now, where Sushila Karki, former Chief Justice of Nepal, will be taking oath as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal. This is a confirmation that we have now from Kathmandu. The oath-taking ceremony will be held at 8:30 p.m. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, she will take oath. There was a friction between the different groups involved. They all pitched different names, but it appears like there is unanimity now on Sushila Karki, or at least her side has pushed the nomination through. There was one part of the group pushed by another individual called Sudan Gurung of Hami Nepal, pushing for Balen Shah to become the interim head of Nepal. But we have a confirmation now that the suspense has ended. And another bit of breaking news update that the parliament is likely to be dissolved. That's likely to happen tonight when she takes oath as the interim head. And if she does take oath as the interim head of Nepal, perhaps the news is that elections will have to be held within 6 months for a fully functional government in place in Nepal. Okay, we'll follow up on that story and we will go live when Sushila Karki takes oath as the interim head of Nepal. She will now be Nepal's Muhammad Yunus. In place now. Thank you for watching.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.